Well, what's going on, people? I did it. It finally happened. I hit my little birthday anniversary sort of thing in the little YouTube world. Yeah, a whole year of this. So before I get further along, let's take a moment to stop and celebrate. I'm not doing a real celebration per se, but there's a little video that I made last year for my birthday, so I'm just gonna use that one. So watch that real quick. What's going on? It's my birthday today. These right here, these are all mine. I'm gonna eat these by myself because they're for myself. See, that's how that works. I'm gonna listen to this Katy Perry, 'cause that's awesome. You hear that? Of course you hear that. I don't even like the frosting on these. It doesn't matter. All mine. Not for you. I don't like frosting. Last one. Birthday boy right here. Okay, so there's that. That was a rough night, honestly. Like it was. I was looking at those cupcakes, thinking like, man, I got one shot at this, and if I mess it up, like I'm not trying this again, right? So I gotta make it count, you know. And if you watched like the unedited version, which nobody has seen that except me, like you'll see like the pain and anguish in my face as I'm trying to like do this. And then later that night, having to sit down and trim, I think it was about a minute and a half, something like that, out of that, trimming it down to under 60 seconds to fit it on Instagram because that's where it went originally. That took forever. Luckily, I wasn't like tired or anything, even though it was a little late because I was on this sugar high from eating this big old thing of cupcakes, right? Though later in the night, my stomach was feeling terrible and I couldn't sleep because, again, sugar high, right? I think I also put up a video that night. If I'm not mistaken, I'm very sure that I did. Very sure. Because I know that I was wearing a Bootio shirt when I did it. And I have worn a Bootio shirt in one of my videos. So, yeah. But anyways, moving on. Let's get back on topic, right? So, a year. It's been a whole year that I've been doing this. And that is kind of amazing in some ways, you know. There wasn't really a point to where I was ever thinking like, oh, am I gonna like stick with this, or how am I gonna get through like not getting any views on this? I never really thought too much of it. I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna make these videos. Eventually somebody's gonna show up and watch one, right? And I would put them out and I put them out and I put them out, and nothing happened for like the longest time, right? But that's to be expected when you jump into this not knowing anybody. Like now I know all kinds of people, but like at the time I was just putting stuff out there and just hoping that somehow somebody stumbles across it and decides to watch it, which Ruck did. He got this whole thing going, right? Patient zero in a sense. So he came along, watched some things at some point, decided he was going to subscribe, and that was pretty awesome. And then I was like, you know, had that little boost of motivation and think, apparently I'm doing something right. And then I proceeded to do something right about 1,250-ish more times, because that's around how many subscribers I had as of the 21st, which was the actual birthday of this channel. So yeah, overall though, like through that year, it's been a pretty good time, I must say, you know. As I've mentioned, I didn't meet a whole lot of people. Some of them mostly through Instagram, some of them mostly on here on YouTube, all across the world, of course. You know, I get little messages here and there, people leaving comments over here, over there, all that stuff. It's pretty cool, you know, just to see like what other people take to, because the trends do fluctuate a bit through the world, and then of course person to person as well too. So that's been pretty nice, you know. And eventually I'm hoping that I'll actually meet some of these people. Now I did meet Splash I'm Drippy and Philosophical Sneaks, But so far, and I I don't talk to the guy. I don't really follow him so much, but I did meet Bullet RC once at the Yeezy release, the Bread release day, whatever that day that was. But that's not like a person in my actual circle or anything. So yeah, hopefully I'll make it out to some of these like either sneaker con things or just meetups around Virginia, because I know there are a handful of people in this state that do this thing. And so maybe we'll get together at some point. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, I talked to DB about that the other day. Like, we're gonna have to make something happen at some point. But yeah, so that's one thing. And then on the other side of it, just getting comfortable with putting stuff out there has been pretty good, because I never had a problem speaking to people, or speaking in public, whatever, because I just don't. Some people get a little embarrassed, some people get a little nervous. I'm just like, whatever, man, it doesn't matter a whole lot. Just say whatever. If people like it, they'll like it. If they don't like it, they won't like it. Whatever. And so I put the stuff out there and everything seems fine. And along with that, along with putting a bit of a personality into the videos, that's where I get some of the friends that I've made. Because some people look at this and they think, oh, well, the shoe thing, that's cool. But this Jericho shirt, right? Obviously celebrating today, right? So that's, a little bit of the bubbly, right? No real bubbly on account of the whole me not drinking thing. Though I did almost order his actual wine, but I didn't, because I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy this and it's just going to sit there. And then I'm going to be like, here's this. Look at that. That's just here. Didn't seem like a good use of my money. But if anybody wants to buy me a bottle, that's fine. That's fine. Send it on my way and I'll display it somewhere. But anyway, so along with the other things, at some point, somebody straight to feet, as his name is now, he actually gifted me a pair of shoes, which was pretty crazy, because I never really expected any person that I've never met to send me anything, right? They actually say if you don't know people and they send you packages, you're not supposed to open them. But hey, it's the shoe world. It's different. And then, of course, on the other side of things, I did send a pair of shoes to somebody that I've actually never met, Gunplay in the comments from us on the gram, sent him those Yeezys a while ago, which he is super into. So that's cool. But yeah, another thing I didn't really expect to happen. When I started doing all this, I figured I would just maybe help a few people out, give some sizing tips, and that'd be the extent of it. But as I started to somehow gain momentum through the year, I'm still not 100% sure how. It still blows my mind when people like subscribe and like are finding these videos, especially when I know dang well that there are other videos out there, some of them even better than mine, believe it or not, of the same shoe, but people are like, hey, I'm gonna go watch this guy's Bread 11 video for some odd reason. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but it happens. And so moving on past that, it's just like people kept watching the videos and I would see my little watch time thing go up. I see the little subscriber count go up and the view count go up. And I'm like, this must be working out. Then I got the 1,000 subscribers. When was that? Sometime in December, which was also when I hit my 4,000 watch hours, which is that is a lot of time. It's a lot of time. But the fact that it happened was just kind of crazy to me, because I was looking at things and just kind of like taking some little guesstimates and whatever. And I was thinking, like, if I ever hit 4,000 hours, it's probably going to be this year, 2020, because it's probably going to take a little bit of time before people start watching things, and then a bit of time to like really have a string of worthwhile content to get those numbers up. Because I would see other people that had a lot of subscribers or were coming up on their year mark, and they're saying, man, like, how am I gonna, I need you guys to watch these and do this and do that so I can, get these watch hours up. And since I have like an actual job and I just don't care enough, to be honest, I didn't think much of it. I was like, whatever, if I don't get paid for this, like, I never expected to. And even when I thought about it, I assumed that like if I did get paid, it'd be like cents, like pennies, pesos even. So that's why I wasn't thinking too much about it. But somehow people jumped in, watched enough crap, and now here we are. I'm like getting paid Not yet, not yet. You know, I mean, I haven't actually received a paycheck per se, but sooner or later. So yeah, it's been a pretty good year. A pretty good year. Also, one of the things that I was gonna mention earlier before I decided to get on topic, the shirt thing. If you've been watching through the year, you'll notice that if there's anything that rivals my shoe collection and actually stomps all over it, it's the collection of shirts that I have. Like, you wouldn't believe what this closet's looking like and how many boxes in there and over there still have like shirts in them. But I've made it a point to not wear the same shirt twice throughout this whole time, which isn't difficult because I have so many. But it does mean that I have to kind of think twice before I actually make some of these. Sometimes like, did I wear this one? But yeah, so if you want to take the challenge of going back and seeing just how many I have worn through this year, different ones that is, go ahead and count that up. Send that number to me and I will totally make it worth your while, because it's a tedious thing to do. But, you know, you might also see some videos that you haven't seen, so there's that. Though, to be honest, most of the videos, I think, outside of like Funko things and wrestling unboxing sometimes, I think I have like me in most of the thumbnails, a good like 90% for sure. But yeah, so if you want to do that, go ahead and, you know, respond on the Instagram, of course. But yeah, there was one time where I did wear the same one twice, but it happened just because I don't know, I think I just didn't realize, I think I thought that it was a different one or something, because, you know, if you have more than one AJ Styles shirt or tank top or whatever, hey, it happens. But yeah, so that's another thing that doesn't much matter unless you want to make it matter by sending me an answer to the question I said a moment ago. So that being that, I don't really have much else to say. I do have an unboxing that I'm actually going to do, though. I'm going to do this in separate videos, though, because otherwise this video, which has been going on for close to 11-ish minutes, is going to just be super long, because my reviews tend to be about like a while, basically. So I'm going to stop this here, go ahead and open this box of shoes that I've actually been wanting since around the time I started doing this channel. Well, before I started doing this, because I remember getting the first pair and I was like, wow, these are pretty all right. I'm going to have to find another pair. But I'll save that story for another, well, not for another day. It's going to be this day, just in like, I don't know, 10 minutes-ish, maybe 5 minutes, something like that. So anyways, the year thing, I made it, I did it. Now I'm on year number 2, and I'm assuming that I'll probably just do the same thing I did last year. I mean, it's kind of one of those like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it things. So it'll be second verse, same as the first, riding this thing out. And I hope that you guys will be there with me. If you're not, if you decide to bow on out gracefully or ungracefully, that is cool. I get it. I don't notice a whole lot of numbers going down on this subscriber thing. Probably also because I don't really try to get the subscribers. I don't like put things out there to draw them in. I just wait for them to come in organically. Because when I've noticed when I would do like things and I say, giveaway, hey, giveaway in the title, giveaway, things are happening, get some money. People are like, oh yeah, let's all go over here. And then like it happens, they don't win. And then it's like, I'm like, well, that's stupid. So I don't do that anymore, in case you were wondering why my labels are not putting out giveaways and they get tucked away into videos. Ask P-Town, he just won one last week. Ask David, he won one also last week. They were put up at different times, but they just happen to win at the same time. It's one of those things. Or, well, they got paid out at the same time, I'll say that. So yeah, man. Thanks again. I do appreciate it for you guys coming around, subscribing for whatever reason you decided to subscribe. I do appreciate that. Continuing to watch for whatever reason you decide to continue to watch. I appreciate that. I appreciate you as a whole is what I'm saying. So thank you to you. All right, people. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm going to stop this and then start it again and open that box right there. So watch that video too. If you watch this one, you might as well watch the next one.